Hey guys, it's Ep97 and welcome back to episode 97 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, we've got two more league games to play. The first one against West Ham, followed by Crystal Palace. So two games which should be quite interesting. I've also decided to change the tactics slightly again. But before we get into things, if we could go hit 25 likes on this video, then you can get yourself a bonus episode. And if you could also go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well, that'd be really appreciated. But yes, you can get yourself a bonus episode of the Leeds United career mode if you do go and hit the 25 likes. And yeah, before we get into things, we've got some scouting updates to have a look at. Let's just see whether we've got any decent players here. Scottish guy, not particularly good any of these. I think we'll reject that one as well. No outstanding players there. On to the Italian players. Some more players for us to reject. We'll accept this guy, reject him, and reject him. I think it should be the English ones now. Nope. Yeah, we'll sign him up. Reject that one. Reject him. And I think we'll sign him up just so we've got some more players in our youth academy. Also, Tommy Smith sent me another email in between episodes, and he said he wants to be transfer listed. He wants to go straight away. Wants to be transfer listed out of the club. That's fair enough. We kind of knew that, to be honest, anyway. But let's see how we get on against West Ham. I still need to show you my new tactics. Not really showed you them as of yet. Ian actually wants to start this game, so maybe we look to play him because this is the side I'm going to be putting out. I've done a little bit of research, decided to take a look at what sort of tactics work well, I suppose. So we are going to now actually drop Calvin Phillips because Ian actually wants to start, so we'll put him on the bench. And yeah, I've gone with this formation. Decided to go with it. These are centre attacking mids officially, so we'll see how they get on in those positions. Basically what I've done with the tactics now is slowed down the build-up play slightly, shortened the pass even more, changed that to free form, also tweaked a few of the other things, made us more aggressive and defensive. And yeah, that sort of thing basically. Our team width has increased a little bit as well. We'll give that a go. Not too sure how we'll get on, but I basically found it online, and hopefully this will improve us massively. And yeah, that is the bench I've gone with. Very strong bench actually on their end, starting there. Benicophobe, also another player, and I've been quite impressed with Begins on the bench. And there's quite a few fairly big names missing out there as well. Let's crack on with the game against West Ham. Let's try and beat them. It's a home match, and one that we need to start winning now because we've not won a game in a couple of matches, especially not in the league. We've been dropping too many points, so let's see whether we can change that around against West Ham. Come on, these tactics surely must work for us. A complete change of formation, complete, well, I suppose there's a slight change in the custom tactics. But yeah, I'm hopeful that this might well work. I've also changed it so that Galloway stays back, doesn't overlap, but Yedlin will be overlapping hopefully as well. And we should have a lot more midfielders joining in the attack because I've made Bridcut go forward a lot more. So it should be an interesting balance in the team. It might well take me the whole of today's episode to get used to the tactics because it is a lot riskier, I've heard, which might mean that we concede a bit more than usual, but let's wait and find out. Silva's going to have a shot. Oh, good save from Adrian. That's more like it from Silva. Decent strike. We've got ourselves a corner. Mane will take it to Bridcut. Can he put a good ball in? It's not too bad. Eric Dyer's in there. It might well be another corner. It is. And let's see. It's going to be to Bridcut again. Can we get another good ball in? Eric Dyer's in there yet again. Just couldn't quite find him. Bridcut. Still going. Going to try and play to Eric Dyer. It's 1-0. Eric Dyer with his left foot scores. 13 minutes in. Much better performance already. And what a fantastic start this has been. I know there's still a long time left though. Around 80 minutes still left. So I'm not going to get too carried away, but it's a brilliant start. We've looked a lot more threatening and a lot more likely to score. But I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because there's a long way to go still. Silva looking for Ramirez. Oh, he's been hacked down there. That is a poor challenge from Winston Reid. Got to be a card. Ramirez was going through. Completely hacked down. Don't think it'll be a red though. Wasn't last man. And we need someone like Eric Dyer to take control of this one, I think, because he's our best free kick taker on the pitch. So we will give it to him, if I can find him. I'm sure he's out. There he is, right at the top. Went past him. I'm sure he's our best taker, but I don't know. It's so difficult. I think we'll have to go for it. Try and get it over the wall if we can. Oh, I thought it'd gone in. Oh, I thought it'd gone in. It's gone wide somehow. There's a hole in the net. How's that one not gone in? Oh, that is close. That is so close. Round the wall. Should really be 2-0 there. That was nearly a second goal for Eric Dyer. but it's still 1-0. Very good performance so far, though. Oh, God, he's won it back well, Chiarte. Capella, risky challenge, but he's made it. It's a fantastic one. Brilliant clearance as well there from Galloway. Silva's going to head it onto himself. This is end-to-end stuff in the last few minutes. Going to maybe look to try and get it into the middle. No cross, though. Silva's still going. Brilliant block in the end. Iheanacho hopefully not offside. And, of course, he was. Oh, through to Silva. It's a brilliant chance, and it's a goal. 2-0. Fantastic run from Silva. Oh, this is brilliant. Really creative play. And just those little changes to the tactics can work so well. Bridcut finds a brilliant pass through to Silva. What a finish. 2-0. And we are playing very good football. We needed that second goal as well, because whenever it's 1-0, we always seem to look on the edge a little bit. But now that is a fantastic strike. And it's working out for us very well here. We just need to make sure that it stays solid. Wasn't meant to kick that out like that, but it's okay. We can get people back. Mane, this is beautiful play. Mane, oh, unfortunate. Good save from the goalkeeper. That build-up then was incredible. And it will be half-time now, 2-0. Fantastic. Finally, we are getting the we are taking the chances that we're creating. It's been so many episodes now, it hasn't worked. And finally, it is starting to work with this formation. Seems to be doing really well, actually. Midfield is surprisingly solid. Same with the defence. There's still 45 minutes, and we still need to try and get more goals. Okay, all three changes. We're going to bring on Entep, Yaya Toure, Lewis Cook. And that basically means I'm going to be taking off Eric Dyer, Bridcut and Iheanacho. Decided to just refresh it a little bit, try out other players in this system, see whether it works for everyone else. Yaya Toure, I was tempted to put where Mane is, but I've decided to just play him a little bit further back than he usually does. Although his best position is, without a shadow of a doubt, in centre attacking mid. So we'll see how he gets on. Hopefully does okay in that position though. Yedlin, look for the ball through to Mane. It's a fantastic pass. Can he cut this one back for Silva? 3-0. Fantastic bit of play. And there's only 18 minutes left here. Silva with his second goal of the game. That's 3-0. Fantastic finish. And we've outdone West Ham here. Brilliant bit of play. This time Yedlin, who I've been telling him to get forward during this game. And fantastic ball through. Laid back. And a brilliant finish. 3-0. Oh, brilliant ball through. Good save. 3-1. It is right that this is a risky system, as you can see from that midfield there, which is non-existent in that case. It is a risky system, which is why I wouldn't necessarily play it against all teams. That's 3-1. We've lost the clean sheet, but my main focus is the 3 points, not the clean sheet here. And as long as we can sustain it till the end, we should be fine, I would have thought. Oh, should be 3-2. What an ending to this game. Jose Sa looks so uncomfortable in goal there. Nearly put it on the plate for them a few times. Yedlin, again, desperate to get forward. Quite a few bodies in attack here. Gonna look to try and pull it back to someone. Ramirez. Oh, it's off the line. And Silva with a hat-trick. 4-1. Fantastic finish. Just managed to stay there. Onside as well. And I thought we weren't going to get the fourth then, but it was a clearance off the line that fell to Silva. Bit of luck with that one, but I think we deserved it after the recent episodes that we've had, where it's not gone our way whatsoever. 4-1 though, fantastic finish, and we played really well in this game. That's it, finishes 4-1 as well. Really good performance, completely different to previous games that we've played in recent episodes. In terms of shots and shots on targets, roughly what we've been having in the previous episodes. We just haven't been taking the chances, and with this system it's definitely worked a lot better. That's 3 points. That means we're now starting to put pressure on the people above us in the table. Killock isn't happy with his role at the club. Same with that other centre-back as well, Mamadou. And Iheanacho was happy that he played. Okay, some player drills. We've gone with this similar sort of 5 players, other than I brought in Lewis Cook. I'm also going to take out Nelson, and I think we will continue to train up Yedlin, I think, although Sepe's looking interesting. We might actually go with Galloway, because we've not trained him in a little while. Same reason for Lewis Cook, we've not trained him in a little while, so I decided to bring him in and hopefully improve him here. Made a little bit of progress, not loads though, but Maddison making the most, with Mane getting closer to 80 overall as he has been for the past few episodes. And yeah, let's move on to the Crystal Palace game now. Okay, we're at the Palace game. We're now just 5 points behind Man City, who are in top. We've got Man United on the last day of the season, so we can recuperate the points on them if we need to. But I think we're in a good position. Hopefully, though, this good run of form, or at least that last match anyway, doesn't come too late for us to try and win the league. I'll change around the team and show you what side I'll put out for this game. game. Okay, this is their team. Not too many changes. I've brought in Gordon and Nelson, and then basically I've just decided to bring Calvin Phillips as well. So Mane moves on to the left. That means that I've taken out Iheanacho. He goes onto the bench. Ep97 remains on there. Benik and Yaya Toure also on the bench. Madison misses out along with Nelson Oliveira, who probably needs another go at some point, to be honest. Not really given him too much of a chance, but off the bench he's looked quite good. Just now that Benik is back, it's difficult for him to get on the bench really in most games. But let's move on to the Crystal Palace game and try and beat them. It's going to be another tough match, this one really, because they've got some very fast players and players that can really just score out of nowhere. Connor Wickham, I think, if he's still at the club, could be quite an interesting player if he plays, and also Adebayor as well, who might well still be there. Okay, they're about to kick off. We are away for this match at Selhurst Park. None of those players I just mentioned a second ago are playing. Balassi is though, and he's their main danger man, so we need to watch out for him. Hopefully defensively we're a bit better in this game, and we don't concede. Try and keep the clean sheet, that's the main aim, but also we need the 3 points. That's obviously the first priority, but after that, definitely after a clean sheet here. Mane on the attack already, early on, which is good news for us. Maybe try and get Silva in a better position, cut it back for Ramirez, takes a block, and McCarthy saves comfortably. Oh, Calvin Phillips has won it back. Maybe going to look for Silva in the middle if he can. Is that going to be a penalty, or is it a free kick? It's a penalty, just inside the box, 10 minutes before half-time. It's a poor decision. Really no need to take him out there. And it's going to be a yellow card. I'm not really too sure who it is. It's, one of the youngsters. Never heard of him, to be honest. Assuming he's one of the young players that are coming through at Palace. Poor decision, that one. I felt that they had it more in control, to be honest. I was struggling to know where to play it. Silva will take the penalty, try and find the top right if he can, and he has done. 1-0, fantastic, 10 minutes before half-time. Oh my days, that was nearly an own goal from the goalkeeper. Wow, very close to 2-0 just before half-time. And it is half-time now. Still in the game 1-0. A decent result at the moment. Still need to try and get another goal, because there is kind of the feeling that they might well come back at some point. But we are on top, I'd say, in this game now. But we do need to try and get the second goal as soon as possible. Okay, all three changes now. About 30 minutes left of this game. Decided to bring Cook, Iheanacho and Benik on. That means Eric Dyer, Mane and Calvin Phillips all come off. Decided to leave Ep97 on the bench for this game, just because I don't think there's any real need to bring him on as well. That means Silva moves on to the right-hand side of centre attacking mid, alongside obviously Iheanacho there in that sort of position. Hopefully that's going to benefit us. Just tend to see what Silva's like in a slightly changed role. Calvin Phillips has done okay in this game. Not outstanding, not quite as good as he does down the middle, but still he's putting a good shift for us. All the way back to the keeper. It's a bizarre decision to make so late on when you've got so many players forward, but they've decided to do it because we're putting so much pressure on them. They can't really find a way forward, and that will be a pass through to Silva, and it's overhit from Benik on his weak foot. That should really be us going through for a second goal. That hasn't worked. Now we're still going to try and find Silva again. Can't quite feed it into him. Silva desperate to try and beat Scott. Danny has done. Oh, it's through to Benik. Might just be offside here, and it is. I've been very unlucky in this game. We definitely deserve to have scored more goals. We probably should have, really. On a different day, we would have scored maybe 3 goals in this match. I know I called them Sunderland, but then Crystal Palace haven't really looked to go forward that much. But saying that, last chance. Oh, if they'd scored that, then I'd regret saying that a second ago. Let's just slow it down a little bit. They haven't really looked like they wanted to win the game, and that's why we have won the game ourselves now. 1-0 it's finished. Again, like I said before, could have been 3-0, but we'll take the 1-0 after we probably used up all our goals in the previous game. So yep, 1-0. They've not had a shot on target. Kind of tells you the story of the match there about them going forward. Only 4 shots on target though for us, which is a little bit disappointing. But still I felt that we played a similar sort of style as to West Ham. Maybe just couldn't pull it off as well because of Crystal Palace's wingers being so threatening. But 3 points is the main thing. We remain in 4th. Arsenal still have a game in hand, but they can't catch us up yet. And that means we're only now 2 points behind Man City, but they have a game in hand. So there's a slight chance that we could still be 2 points behind them, or we could actually be the full 5 points. Obviously they may draw as well, and I think they won the game. Yes, they did. So we're now 5 points behind them. Still only 1 point behind Spurs and Man United, but there's 5 games left to try and recuperate 6 points on Man City and obviously the rest of the teams around us. So that is going to be it for the end of this episode now. We've got an offer from Russia, which I think we will go ahead and reject. And then we've also got to go do some player development as well. But a quick note that Crystal Palace have been relegated from the league. Oof, not good news for them. But let's move on to the player drills. Same 5 players that I decided to change to in the last week. Mane's finally gone up, and so has Grounds as well, our young goalkeeper that's been trying to train up recently. I think he's about 18 years old, maybe 19. He's not looking too bad. Maybe could challenge Rossetti for that second keeper position. More than likely, though, to be the third keeper going into next year. Rossetti and Jose Sal will be looked at going into the new season as well. And before we end things, we'll quickly do some more player development, because I think there's maybe an international break here, which is the reason why there's such a long time off. And again, Grounds going up on a few of the attributes, same with Madison, who's moving closer to 76 overall. He's actually done okay for us as a squad player, but certainly won't be a starter next season. Again, we'll probably be in a similar sort of role. Newcastle is up next. There's not many games left. For those of you who don't know, episode 100 will include the last game of the season against Man United and us going into the new season. So it'll be a really good episode 100. I've only ever got to episode 100 in one of the series on the channel. That was Call of Duty 4, so it hasn't been something I've ever done on career mode. So I do appreciate all the support for us going this far in the series, because it is basically you guys that have wanted it to go this far. So thank you so much for the support. And Loopy is saying he might well leave, I think. Yeah, the weather is something else altogether. Okay. He's complaining about the weather, basically. But yeah, that is it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. We'll do the other games in the next episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.